Hey, welcome in, everyone. This is Dan French. We got a great one for you guys today. And thank you guys for making me part of your day. You guys know this channel and what we're about. Now, we're going to talk about a current event that has been coming out really since Tuesday. And we talked a lot about the presidency and, how people are giving money to them. I wouldn't say people, but corporations and celebrities and just really people that have a lot of money. And they're really doing that to push their agenda towards that presidency, right? And some people just don't like personality of, either Trump or Kamala. But I'm going to get into this today and talk about this Kamala Harris situation and how it was really embarrassing that she did this. Now, there's things that on the other side too. Look, this is not a political channel, but I'm going to talk about this Kamala Harris thing just because it was out there in the news. And man, it was terrible. It was kind of like, ooh, what's going on here? Trump's done some things as well. Then you have Biden, who's really can't put two sentences together like we've said. And the last video that I put out, we talked about campaign contribution and how that pushes the narrative of what presidency they want in place or in power, right? And so, man, we've seen it. And this is a new one. This is a page out of a book that I don't think anybody's used before for Kamala Harris. She's got, Megan Thee Stallion out there doing the twerk, right? Twerking out there. And man, that girl's hot, but I'm not going to say that there's a place and time for that. This is a serious matter. You're trying to lead a nation of men and women, and you just can't be having that. She's got Michelle Obama out there and Beyonce and trying to really push that whole, I'm going to throw a concert out there. And, when you have Megan Thee Stallion, which, they're looking for people with followings that they don't have, or maybe they can help with that big following that she has to help her presidency. That's the only reason. She's coming out stating that, we need to have the first female president, first African female president getting into the White House. And look, man, I'm all for it. I'm all for anybody out there that can really come to a job interview and show that they can lead a nation of men and women. Now, to me, that was embarrassing, because you got to think that other nations are looking at this going, what are they doing over there in the U.S.? How did it fall off that far? Again, this is not a political channel. I don't sit here and push either way. I really feel that with that situation, it was outlandish. It was something that, when you look at this situation that she was doing with this twerk and how she was pushing it out there and pushing all that. I'm not saying that she can't go out there and use her, her celebrity status to help the cause if that's what she wants. No problem. But to go out there and twerk and do all these things and, make a scene the way that they did and have like a concert before she goes out and does a rally in Atlanta. I mean, that's a little much, man. I mean, you guys have to think that, what are they doing? And where are we going with this? And the whole thing is about attacking each other. She doesn't really come out, nor does anybody really, and say, I'm going to do these things other than change, or, we don't want to go backwards. What are they really doing? And I think that's what people really have to look at. You look at this situation with Kamala Harris and what she's putting out there. I don't know, man. To me, when you're looking at this stuff here, I'm looking at this stuff online, and what they're putting out and how they're putting this stuff out. I mean, to me, it's just, you got even guys like Jeff Bridges, doing white dudes for Harris Zoom and contributing in that direction. It's like, I don't know, man. To me, I just think that this thing's gone way too far. We're in a huge soap opera. It's always been a soap opera. I think Trump makes it a soap opera. He likes the attention. She likes the attention. And man, we really need to start navigating from people for presidency, not based off the fact of how much they're getting in contribution from corporations and lobbyists. Because let's be honest, people, our lives are not going to change when they get into office. Everybody thinks they have a voice. Everybody thinks they have a vote. But do you really? The ones that have a vote, in my opinion, are the ones that have big money. They're pushing the agenda because they're helping them get into office. So they're going to, hit that shoulder over and say, hey, Trump, Kamala Harris, I helped you get there. we have something we need to take care of, or we need something that needs to be done on our end now. It's one hand, washes the other type of thing. And I think that's where we're at with this whole thing. When you look at Kamala Harris and what she has and what this whole thing was about, to me, it didn't even feel like it's about a president going out there or a future president going out there and really being serious. It's almost like a carnival or a show, like that's not, this is a serious matter. People are right now have high inflation. You have a lot of homeless out there. I mean, there's numerous things going on. People always bring up immigration and, they always come up with abortion, triggering points. The real reason I think a lot of this stuff is coming up is because they want to keep a nation divided. And until people start to realize, Democratic Party has shown that a lot recently. In the past, the Republican Party has. We need more people to choose from besides just those parties. We need more people, instead of putting all this money into these two parties to vote on. We need other factors. It's like having an unfair advantage, right? You're born into a situation where primarily these are the two parties growing up. I can't remember when my life changed because of a certain president getting into office. I've always, struggled, worked hard, did what I needed to do, and I focused on myself. It doesn't matter where you're at with what you're doing. Just focus on you. Don't focus on what these people are doing. And I'm bringing this up because let's talk about who's pushing this money and this agenda. We all know that Biden raised a bunch of money. Well, this is the people or the corporations that help, the contributors, right? One of them's a tech startup company, almost $9 million. News Corp, right? Advocating for LGBT causes. Great, no problem. But there's an agenda here. George Soros, right? Right here, George Soros. You got people like that. America Bridge indicating their intention to mount a comprehensive effort to oppose Donald Trump. It's like, when are we going to look for the right person for the job based off a resume? Last time I remember, I went into a job interview, and when I went into an interview, it wasn't, you got to have interpersonal communication skills. I get that. You got to be able to work with other people. I get that. But what is your track history of leading men and women or have the capacity to lead a nation? Not about popularity votes. Not about what's in it for me. Not the fact that you're going to get out of office and start doing tours and doing seminars and become, 65, $70 million richer when you leave office. The whole objective of being a president, in my opinion, is to lead a nation to a better place. When's the last time you as an individual middle-class person or even upper middle class have really had change where your life has gotten that much better? Because if you look at our history, especially recently, everything that I know that I pay bills has gone up, right? More laws, more restrictions, more things that you have to pay. How is your life getting better personally? Do you really want to work those 2 or 3 jobs of what they're doing? This is what you're forced to do today just to survive in a lot of ways, and people are feeling the pinch, but yet you have a huge voice on what? Because you're saying, I vote for this and I vote for that. How about vote for yourself? Right? Let's go back. Let's go look at Mr. Trump here. He's raised a lot of money too. Timothy Mellon, right? Mellon bank fortune, $15 million right there. McMahon Ventures, $5 million, right? This guy, Trump, appeared on WWE events. Hey, what does that do for his ratings? A lot. Probably pushes his business up a lot. You look at the Koch brothers, right? They're here, right here. Koch brothers, billionaires, trying to push the agenda. Ron DeSantis, now defunct president campaign, he has switched to support Trump. Why did he do that? Well, because Ron DeSantis pretty much knows that he's not going to be able to become a president, right, for the Republican Party if Trump's there. Again, you have Texas-based companies like Crown Rock to, Occidental Petroleum in $12 billion deal. Spent $5 million contribution. I mean, why are all these people doing this? I mean, it doesn't have to be rocket science to know that these people are really pushing this agenda Because what they're ultimately trying to do, like I said, is they have big, deep pockets. They're the ones that will be affected if something is going a different direction, right? Celebrities probably have some investments, have some things, right? Some properties, whatever, huge properties, maybe investments in companies. Maybe they just want to feel that, you know what? I have celebrity status and I just don't like this personality of this person. I'm going to use my money because I have money. Everybody that has money is pushing that agenda. The average middle class worker out there, even upper middle class, does not have a voice, in my opinion. Because if they did, you can ask every middle class person, has your life been better in the last 5 to 10 years, right? Have you gotten actually better? And we did for COVID, but guess what? We printed a lot of money. We put a lot of money in circulation and we're feeling it now, right? There's nothing for free in this world. I think a lot of people think, oh, well, COVID, let's go get, we got some money, we're going to spend it or we're going to save it, put it on a TV or whatever it is. I mean, where did that money come from? And I've been pitching this a long time. So I think what it comes down to is the average person out there does not realize that the two things that I'm trying to present here is going out there and with this Kamala Harris, I disagree with her tactics. I disagree with Trump's tactics. I disagree with how they say things online and do things and how they're presenting themselves. And really, they don't have a resume. Yeah, Trump was president before, but before that, what is his resume or her resume of actually leading a nation, right? I always said get somebody from military background, not everything military, but has some military background that's actually put some skin in the game in this country and actually have seen both sides of it to make the best educated decision, man or woman. So you guys, you let me know, do you have self-leadership out there? Can you look at the fact that both sides are wanting to keep our nation divided, especially at the middle class, and stop going at each other with, at each other's throats, because it's not going to help you. And the thing that you got to do is look yourself in the mirror and say, what can I do to make me better? This is Dan French with Wealthytainment. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you at the next one.